Now, the MP for Kensington, Emma Dent-Coad, has told Sky News that some survivors of the Grenfell Tower fire are having to sleep in their cars and in parks. That's despite apparently more than £300,000 of government money being paid out already to 180 families directly affected by the blaze.
People have to be looked after now, they have to be housed now. There's still total chaos out there. I'm absolutely horrified to hear people have been sleeping in cars and in parks because they don't know where to go and they aren't being looked after. Even now, after nearly a week, that's the case.
Let's speak to Alex Day. He's director of The Big Give. He's launched an emergency appeal to raise money for those affected by this horrendous fire. Alex, thanks for your time. You heard what Emma Dent-Coad said there. Does that chime with what you've heard is going on and what you maybe have seen, that people still have nowhere to go to sleep just days after what's happened?
Sure. I think the first thing to say is our hearts continue to go out to those who've been affected by this dreadful situation. I think this is a tragedy that's touched not just London but the whole nation, and that's certainly been reflected in what we've seen in our appeal, the numbers of donations that have come through. We've raised almost £1.8 million in less than a week through public donations, which has just been incredible. We're liaising closely with the Kensington and Chelsea Foundation, who are ensuring that all of the funds raised reach grassroots communities to ensure that those who have been affected by this terrible situation get the help and the support that they need. And I know those discussions continue to go on to make sure that funding does reach those who need it the most.
Well, the Grenfell response team, which is coordinated, it's a team made up of government, police, the Red Cross, in their latest update said they're not aware of anybody living in parks. There's no need for people to be living in parks or their cars if that's the case, and they should come to the Westway Sports Centre. Is there space at that centre?
Yeah, I mean, we're as I said, we're continuing to liaise with the Kensington and Chelsea Foundation, who I know are in close links with the Westway Sports Centre, as well as other grassroots community organisations who are reaching out. I would say that if people are in need of support, to go to Westway, and they will direct them from there. If there isn't space there, which I'm not aware of, but if there isn't, that they will make sure that there is provision through other grassroots organisations who I know are coordinating very closely to make sure that people get the help that they need.
Is enough help getting through, though? Are enough people aware of how to access this £5 million relief fund? Again, the latest update we've had is just over £300,000 has been distributed to affected families. Are you happy about the government's response and the instructions they've given for people to access the money that they desperately need?
Yes, well, I mean, I can talk about the amazing work that the voluntary organisations are doing on the ground to make sure that people who have been affected are getting the need that they support. When I was down at Grenfell Tower on Friday, it was the voluntary organisations who were there alongside those who'd been affected by this terrible tragedy. I was at an organisation called the Rugby Portobello Trust who are doing phenomenal work day in, day out through the night to make sure people get the help that they need. And our message is to the public that we want to continue to support these people, and if you are able to give, to visit thebiggive.org.uk. We're working with a group of philanthropists and companies who are actually offering to double people's donations to make sure that the people who have been affected by this crisis get the support that they need. As I said, the response has been incredible, and we're so thankful to all of those who have supported. But we would call on the public to continue to support, to make sure that these people get the the assistance that they need in the days, the weeks, and the months to come. Because this isn't just about today or tomorrow. This is going to be a response that's needed in the weeks and months ahead, and we want to make sure that people who have been affected get this assistance, not just now but in the longer term as well.
Alex, thanks, and thanks for the help you're giving to them as well.
Thank you.
This is Sky News. Coming up next, it's the sport.